Hello and welcome to today's lower body functional strength workout. It is a fun one. You're gonna love it. We're gonna have 2 pairs of dumbbells, preferably heavier and lighter. You can grab also a glutes band if that's something that helps your lower body workouts. It's not totally necessary though. All right, let's get into our warm up. We're gonna bring our feet further than hip width apart. We're just gonna shake it out a little here. Take a deep breath. We're gonna sink our hips in between our knees and place our hands on your knees. You're gonna bring one shoulder down. If you can't tell already, this is one of my favorite warm-up moves. Good, so for today's pre-workout affirmation, pre-workout mantra, I appreciate and I'm proud of where I'm at now. Let's speed it up. So we bring one shoulder down. I appreciate and I'm proud of where I'm at now. Bring your hands on your hips. We're just driving them back. So your knees and your shins stay in a straight line. They stay kind of locked in space as only your hips come back. Good. You kind of imagine that someone's got a rope on your waist and they're pulling at the rope. I don't know when in the world that would happen in life, but let's pretend there's a situation in which someone would pull your waist with a rope. Anyway, let's change the topic. We're gonna add a squat. We're going low and up. Good. So your hips drive back, then your hips sit down into an imaginary chair and you drive through your heels. Good. So we will be chatting through and dissecting that mantra as this workout progresses, but for now, I appreciate and I'm proud of where I'm at now. Good. You're gonna face the long edge of your mat. We're driving our hips back into a side lunge. Let it kind of flow like water. I don't know what movie reference that is, but it is a movie reference. Anyway, we're just letting ourselves flow from side to side. Good. You can even bring your hands down, tap them on the ground. Okay, next up, we're going into skiers or speeding up the movement a little. Your feet come together, hands back, up onto your tippy toes. Keep it up, keep it going. And up. Good. Next up, we're gonna come down onto the mat and just go for some speedy glute bridges. There we go. Okay, meet me on the mat. This is our last warm-up move. You're driving through your heels, bringing your hips up and down. Good. You wanna make sure that your pubic bone, it's kind of like it's trying to zip up, okay, or face the bottom of your sports bra. All right, hold it at the top. Good job. We should be feeling nice and warmed up. We have 6 supersets for today's workout. The first one, we're gonna stay on the mat. Please, if you can, actually go through these movements with me as I explain them. 2 exercises back to back. Move number 1 is gonna be a classic glute bridge. We're gonna have both of our dumbbells on our hips. We're gonna drive through our heels, hold at the top, then bring those hips down and just tap your bum lightly against the ground before we come back up, okay? Then we're gonna grab both our dumbbells, drop them to the side. We're gonna elevate so that we're kind of holding this bridge and we're extending our leg and bringing it up. Extending our leg, bringing it up. Throughout both movements, I want you to imagine that you need to tuck your belly button into your spine. That's gonna bring you from your back being arched like this to your core being activated. Grab those dumbbells. If I were you, I'd grab the heavier ones. All right, ankles under those knees. Are we ready? Let's go. We bring our hips up. You hold it. Slight tap up. You hold it. and up. To ensure that your weight is on your heels, you could even bring your toes off the mat. And that'll let you know, am I placing all of my body weight onto my heels? That'll basically drive this movement more focused on your hamstrings and glutes rather than your quads. And down, good. Up, you hold it, and down. Last one, you're gonna hold it at the top, take your dumbbells off, you're gonna lift your left foot off the ground, and we're gonna straighten it out. Bring it back in, good. Straighten it out, bring it back in. Is that core still activated? If it is, we're actually targeting our deep core here. That's our transverse abdominis. We're making sure that our body's stable. And to do that, we need to activate that core as well as, of course, the working hamstring. Keep it up. 15 more seconds. If this feels like a bit too much, you can go into a single-legged glute bridge here. Keep it up. Hold it, and drop. Beautiful. Okay, we're repeating that. So back into those glute bridges, and then we're gonna do the opposite leg. So remember, if this felt a bit too much, okay, you're gonna drop that opposite leg and go into single-legged glute bridges. Grab those weights, heavy weights, onto your hip bones. Ankles right under those knees. Let's go. We come up, you hold it, tap your bum back up. You hold it, and tap, yep. And up. 20 more seconds, we've got it here. I want you to imagine that there's kind of like a coin between your butt cheeks, okay? And you cannot let it fall, okay? The entire point of this exercise is to not let it fall. Even as you are lowering your bum, drop the weights to the side. Okay, let's go. We keep our hips elevated. My knee comes in. Heel taps the ground. Knee comes in. Heel taps the ground. Okay, here's where you're gonna evaluate. Are my hip bones, are they trying to zip up into the bottom of my sports bra? Good job. In 4, in 3, drop it here. All right, grab a little bit of water if you need it here. We've got around 60 seconds of rest left here, so please go through these movements with me. We're also gonna be using our heavy weights. Tempo sumo squat. We have our feet way further than hip width apart, and our toes are pointing to either side of the room. This externally rotates our hips, meaning that our glutes are used more. Our dumbbells are gonna be right under us. You're gonna have your back strong as if there's 2 lemons under your armpits and you're squeezing them. How we start this movement is that our hips are gonna come back and then we bend at the knees, okay? Move number 2 is our classic RDL. You keep your calves up against this. We drive our hips back and up. Cool? I'll chat through it more as we go through it. Let's get ready. We come down. We tap. We go 1, 2, 3. Drive those hips forward. Hips back. Then I bend at my knees. I hold it. In 1, 2, 3. Finish off the rep. Good. You hold it. Drive those hips forward. Yes. You don't have to exaggerate driving your hips forward. You simply finish the rep. So I just finished the rep here. I don't need to come all the way here. Good. 5 seconds. Okay, my feet come a little closer. My toes point forward into those RDLs. With your RDLs. Again, we're imagining someone's got that rope around your waist. They're pulling you back. I've got lemons under my armpits and I'm squeezing them throughout this movement. And as I lower, I shave my shins with my dumbbells on the way down and also on the way up. Well done. This round, we're slowing down the reps. In the second round, we're gonna speed it up. You got 8 seconds, a little less. Good. Rest here. Okay, for this one, this next round, I need a friggin' towel, is what I need. For this next round, we're speeding it up, okay? Remember, I appreciate where I am at right now. I'm proud of where I'm at right now. Even if we've got places we are going to. Are we ready? Feet externally rotated. Let's go. We come down, down, up, and up. Good. Sink those hips down. Drive through your heels. Finish the rep. Finish your rep. Yes. If you start to feel some pressure in your lower back, you can always bring your dumbbells resting onto your shoulders. What this basically does is that it just shifts the weight that you're carrying away from in front of you and brings it a little bit more back, which relieves some of the pressure off your back. Okay, feet, hip width apart, let's go. Up, finish the rep. So we're speeding this round up. You go down for 2, up for 2, finish the rep, yes. Beautiful. 15 seconds. Remember, you're still keeping those lemons under your armpits. Lemons under your armpits. Squeeze them, make some lemonade here. You got 2, in 1. Finish the rep. Drop it. Okay, grab a bit of water. We're going into 1 superset on one leg and another superset on the other. We're gonna be doing stationary lunges into bicep curls for move number 1, and then a tempo single leg RDL. Please grab your lighter weights and follow me. Feet hip width apart here. I'm gonna bring my left foot back so that my feet are at either edges of a box. My feet aren't on a tightrope, they're on either edges of a box. We're gonna start this movement by our backwards knee bending. Cool? So we bend down. On the way up, we are going to curl. Move number 2, we then bring that foot forward and we're going to single leg RDL. It's the same movement as an RDL, except we're focusing on one leg. Are we ready? Let's go for round 1. We bend that backwards knee down. You curl. On the way down, I challenge you to not letting your arms totally relax, okay? So it's like I'm going down 3/4, not all the way down. Okay? Keep it up. I'm going down 3/4 and I curl back up. Yes. My elbows are slightly off my torso. So they're not touching my torso here, they're slightly off. In fact, the more you bring your elbows off your torso, you'll notice it's actually a little bit harder on those biceps. Keep it up. Okay, set up for that single leg RDL. My left foot's back, let's go. and up. I drive my hips back. I drive them forward. Drive my hips back and forward. Your weight is on that right heel. If I came around and basically held your knee, as your hips come back, I would notice that your knee isn't moving at all. It's locked in space. Keep it up, 15 seconds, a little bit less. Good. I've still got those lemons under my armpits, drop. Okay, we're repeating this round on the same leg. So my right foot is still gonna be forward. Cool? If you felt like that round actually felt pretty simple, you're like, I can grab some heavier weights, go for it. Grab those heavier weights. In fact, I'm gonna freaking do it. I'm gonna grab the heavier weights. I'm feeling strong. I'm feeling strong today. We've got strong days. Let's take advantage of them. Are we ready? Bend that backwards knee. Okay, now get your palms to face up. So your palms aren't facing each other, they're facing the ceiling. Good. So, by making sure that we start this movement with our backwards knee bending back, we actually shift our weight behind. So we shift our weight onto our hips. Okay, get ready for that single leg RDL. Ready? Let's go. We drive that hip back and forward, good. And by shifting our body weight behind, we put more of the pressure on our glutes as we bring our hips back and forth than on our quads. And today we just want to focus a little more on glutes. Keep it up. My sweat is making my face itch. Good. I encourage you to take 3 beats as you lower and explosively push that heel up. Good. Last rep and up. Perfect. You do have around a minute of rest here. Maybe you can even pause the video, and if you're like, I feel like I need some support on the explanation of this certain movement a little more, take this minute rest to just comment, shall we set up? So now you're gonna have your left foot forward, your right foot back on either edges of the box. We're gonna start with our palms facing up this time. So my backwards knee is going to bend down, and that's how I'm starting this movement. Do you see the difference between starting this movement like this and starting the movement like this? Okay? One is glutes focused, one is quad focused. Grab those weights, whichever ones you feel comfortable with today. Let's go for it. We got 5. Get nice and stable in 2, in 1. Let's go. Palms face up. Don't let your biceps totally relax. They're going to a round. 1/4 of the way down, 3/4 of the way up. Good. So this is what's called a combination move. We're doing 2 movements at once, bicep curls and lunges. If your aim is to get the most bang for your buck and also actually to improve your coordination, combination movements are amazing. Let's set up for that single-legged RDL. Let's go. So my left foot is forward. Count 3, 2, 1, press up. Yes, 3, 2, 1, push through that heel. 3, 2, 1. your back stays really straight. Keep it up here. And how you know that is that you imagine a broomstick in the middle of your back, in the top of your tail, and in the back of your head. Good, you can rest now. So even as I lower myself, I've got that broomstick the whole time tapping those 3 points, okay? If I dropped my head or I bent my back, I would know that that broomstick is no longer tapping those 3 points on my back. Let's practice that cue in this next round. Are we ready? In 3, in 2, in 1, let's go. If you find that you're losing balance, it might be because your feet are too close together. So they're at the edges of a box, not on a tightrope. Well done, keep it up here. 5 seconds. Good job. Let's set up for that single-legged RDL. I've got one foot just supporting me behind me. Let's go. 2, 3, press up. Good. 1, 2, 3, hips forward. 1, 2, 3. Final 5 seconds. Focus on this movement. Last rep. Oh no, saved by the bell. Holy sugar nuggets. This next exercise is a little bit of an awkward setup, so give yourself grace. We're gonna grab our lighter dumbbell here, and I'm gonna put that dumbbell, okay, behind me. You're gonna use your feet to grab the head of the dumbbell. Squeeze your feet together from here. You're gonna lower. Oof, my tummy. Your tummy is flat, flat, flat against the mat. What we're gonna be doing is a hamstring curl. You're gonna pull that dumbbell up to above your knees, back down. You're gonna follow my tempo. Move number 2, we're gonna put our knees on either edge of the mat and go into frog pumps. We basically lift our knees up an inch, down an inch. Let's get set up here for round 1. You've got 3 seconds. In 2, in 1. You drop the dumbbell till it taps the mat. Back up. Good. So your knees are right under those hips, kind of in line with those hips. They don't have to be spread out on either side of the mat. Pull up. You're gonna notice that both your hamstrings and your calves are being used in this movement. Your hamstrings are used because they are responsible for the movement that's happening right now. It's flexion and extension at your knee joint. Your calves are being used because your feet are kind of involved in this exercise. They're balancing that dumbbell between your feet. Okay. Are you ready? Knees, spread them out like frog legs, and we're gonna pump. You pump up and down, pump up and down, good. And down, you're gonna notice, maybe it's too much with a weight, I'm dropping mine. Pump up, down, good. So, my feet are close together. We literally look like inverted frogs right now, okay? This is targeting your glute max. That's the juicy, that's the major, most superficial part of your glutes. Up and down, good. Try to bring the tension away from your lower back and all into your glutes, okay? To do this, you press your pelvis into the mat. Relax. Good, we're gonna go for that second round. Because this setup is so awkward, let's set up already. I'm grabbing that lighter dumbbell, Balancing it in between my feet, lowering to the mat. Good. Okay, I'm nice and set up. There isn't really much rest because I'm already balancing it and I feel my hamstrings already activated. It's the second and final round. Here, are we ready? Let's go. You pull in. So your knees are a little bit closer together here. They're not spread apart onto either side of the mat like in our frog pumps. Good job. If you want to feel this a bit more in your hamstrings, simply elevate your knees off the ground a bit. Back down. If it is your first time doing this movement, you might even cramp up a little bit, okay? If that's the case, just rest for the remainder of the timer and get back into the movement when you can. And up. Again, if you want to feel this more in your hamstrings, lift your knees off the mat. Okay, I'm dropping my dumbbell. I'm spreading my knees on either side of the mat, toes together, and pump. And pump. This exercise is to failure. It's to exhaustion, okay? Meaning you might be like, oof, I physically cannot pump my glutes anymore. I'm going to rest and get back into it when I can. You pump and pump. Good job. That was the weirdest little good job whisper I've ever done, but I do mean it. Up and up. Good. If you're feeling pressure in your lower back, it means you need to press your pubic bone against the mat a little bit more. Okay, that's going to drive the tension away from your lower back. Relax. Oh my freaking God. Beautiful. Okay, now we have the final superset. Final superset, a finisher, and we're done with today's session. How are we feeling? Okay, I think you're gonna love me for this one. Why? Because it is a freaking challenge. So we're just gonna do one round on either side, okay? I'm gonna do it without weights to start off with. We're gonna be doing Bulgarians into Bulgarian pulses. I told you you would love me. So how we set up for this is you're gonna use an elevated surface. You are going to create a 90-degree angle with your ankle, knee, and hip. Every single time that we elevate, we're gonna reset by tapping that knee and almost shifting our weight back and then going back into it. That's move number one. Move number two, drop those weights. And again, this one is to failure, to exhaustion. We're doing pulses. So we come down and up, down and up. When you feel like you have to rest, lock out your knee, rest, get back into it when you can. Grab those weights. In one, let's go. We come up. I sit my hip back, back up. So why are we resetting every time? We are resetting every time because you're putting more tension in the muscle every time that you have to start this movement without any momentum. We're stopping the momentum at the bottom and we have to create new momentum with every rep. And that's where we're really activating your glute. Drop the weight into pulses. Ready? We come down and up. Let's go. Down and up. Down and up. I already am to failure. That was very quick. Meet yourself where you're at. Down and up. Yes. Keep it going. Keep it going. Keep it going. Yes. And oh, we got the music to uplift us a little bit here. Down and up. Yes, into those little pulses. You bring your hips up an inch, down an inch, up an inch, up an inch. Good. Down an inch. Sorry, keep it going, keep it going. 10 seconds here. I promise I'm not cheating. In 4, 3, in 2, in 1. Drop it. I know that's a lot. I know that's a lot. You've got it. So I appreciate and I'm proud of where I am at now. We're gonna swap sides. Okay, I'm setting up. My foot's behind me. I drop my knee to the ground. 5 seconds here. Are we ready? Let's go. We press up, down, reset, press up, down, reset that knee on the ground. Good. One thing I want you to think of, my knee is not extending past my toe. It's not moving past my toe at any point. And that's because I'm really focusing on the movement staying at my hips. Right? So I bend or I drive my hips back, and that's how I lower myself in this position. Same with you. Keep it going. You've got 5 seconds, then we've got the final 45 seconds of pulses. You can do it. Drop that weight. Let's go. Down an inch, up an inch. Yes, down an inch, up an inch. I challenge you to give yourself a numerical goal. Like, I'm gonna do 5 pulses and then I'll rest. Whoo! Yep, nope, that's me to failure. So, some of our movements in our workout are to failure. All right? "15 seconds. I'm gonna try to maintain it for the rest of the timer. I know I can. I know you can too. We got 7. In 6, keep it with me. Stay with me. In 3, yes, 2, 1. Okay, we have got the finisher. That is it. And we have finished today's power session. So, my legs are kind of jelly. Okay, you're gonna be using your lighter weights. You could also do this with no weights. And we're gonna be swinging our arms to around shoulder level at the same time that we're bringing our hips back. We're gonna do 3 of those and then march on the spot. Just watch me. It looks like this. We're gonna be going 3. So this really, you can use the momentum in your arms. Swing above, 1, 2. Sound good? It is 2 minutes. As long as we can go, let's get started. Sorry, but as long as we can go, I mean, as many reps as possible. 1, 2, swing. So my hips are coming back rather than thinking of my knees as starting the movement, or my knees coming forward. I visualize my hips going back. Swing those arms. Breathe deep. I'm huffing and puffing over here. You're also going to feel this in your shoulders. If it feels too much with your weights, drop them. And we're just going to go swing, swing, swing. You come up, knee and knee. Cool? Go at your pace. You don't have to follow me. I'm just a guide. You know your body best. Make this workout your own. 1 and 1. Good job. We're at the end. Well done. Oh my God, I'm out of breath. Let your body relax. Good job. All right, let your heart rate settle down. So, head to one side of your mat and simply walk out here. You can keep your legs straight. You'll feel a nice stretch in your hamstrings. We're gonna go into pigeon pose. So your right foot is gonna come and meet your left hand. Then your right knee is going to drop behind your right hand. And we're just gonna let those hips sink into this shape. You can come down onto your forearms if you want. Let yourself relax. So I appreciate and I'm proud of where I am at now. I appreciate and I am proud of where I'm at now. That's our mantra for the day. Good. We have to give ourselves moments of kudos for our efforts. If not, we can get into this habit of like perpetually waiting to feel like we've gotten there before we let ourselves feel joy or feel proud of our progress or feel proud of our efforts. So we're gonna go back up onto our hands. We're just gonna swap legs here. So now I'm gonna bring my left foot behind my right hand, my left knee behind my left hand. Drop that knee, sink into those forearms. And just let yourself fall into this movement. Good. So it really is giving yourself these moments of appreciation, of gratitude. Even if it feels a little weird or different, give yourself these moments because they keep you encouraged to continue your journey. That's what makes the process fun. It makes it enjoyable. And then that's when it becomes a part of your identity. To just take part in movement, to set aside some time to strengthen your body. Well done. We're gonna put our hands on the mat. And we're just gonna come into tabletop position. We're just gonna do this final stretch. You're gonna bring your knees on either edge of the mat. And you're gonna sink your hips back. Good. You can walk your hands out in front of you. Okay, and for the final exercise of today's session, you're just going to thank yourself for something. It can feel really awkward or different if you haven't spoken to yourself in this way, but just say, hey, thank you for, it doesn't have to be part of the workout. It can be, thank you for having spoken up in that situation. Thank you for getting up early today. Thank you for having fed me a good meal today. Thank you for practicing self-talk, or more encouraging self-talk. Okay, we're gonna roll up our spine. Good. I appreciate and I'm proud of where I'm at now, even if we've got places we're going to. I'll see you at our next session. Thank you for joining me.